Hey there, Wargamers, Justin here Painting. Today, we're going to check out some HexTech. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're new here, please alpha strike that like and subscribe button. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for having my six. Appreciate you having my back. Thank you for being here to help support what I do. That said, today we're going to get into an unboxing and first look at some terrain from Gale Force 9, specifically some more stuff from Thunderhead Studios. Chris is an awesome designer, and he has worked with Gale Force 9 to get some pre-colored versions of terrain produced, and this is another wave of that. And he's been kind enough to get me connected with Gale Force, and they have been sending me stuff for the channel, which I really do appreciate that because it's a small channel. And, you know, I'd like to think I have some reach, but let's be honest, it is small, and they continue to support what I do, and that's pretty awesome. So today we're going to get into this box here and see what we've got. Before we get into things, I'd like to thank you guys for bearing with me with my voice and so forth. This is the first video I have filmed since I got back from Adepticon, and it's nice to actually be filming something for once because it's been a little while. March was a little bit sparse here because of con prep, but that said, we've got something today. So with that said, let's go ahead and flip it around and we'll start getting into what's in this box. All right, so for our box today, the goodness we've got here, let's pop this open and see what we have got. I am very curious. I got the notification that a shipment was coming my way, and at first glance, I thought my account for something had been hacked because I didn't order anything, and then I actually read the email and saw that they were sending me something to check out for YouTube. So the confusion was alleviated. So we've got some good goody boxes here, and we'll see what we've got. So first box they have sent over is the binary towers. We've got the mega block, and we have got the tri tower. So we'll get these popped open and show you guys what is inside. First off, I want to check out the mega block first. We'll see what we've got here. Let's go ahead and pop the plastic wrapping here we've got on the outside. And one of the things I always like to note when I look at stuff is the packaging. I think this looks really nice. I appreciate the matte look of it. I have checked the packaging before to see what other information they have on here. Looks like we've got designed by Christopher Wales. That is Thunderhead Studios. Let's see if there's any mention of Thunderhead on here. And I don't think that I see anything. This has been a concern that is I've brought up multiple times. First of all, something that makes it obvious this is Thunderhead or Hex, his Hex City stuff, or HexTech stuff. Obviously it's here, but it doesn't say Thunderhead Studios. That's neither here nor there. It's a little small thing. But Death Designs produces the physical prints of Thunderhead stuff too. So if there's something that goes along with this from Thunderhead's 3D designs that Gale Force is not currently making pre-colored, Death Designs has the license to create the 3D prints of those, or produce those. And then once these go out of production, we might be able to print these as well in the future. But right now, so long as Gale Force is printing or is producing them, we produce the ones they aren't making. There's nothing on the package that would lead you to believe that or know that. And I had been told a few different things. Either A, it was supposed to be on the packaging, or B, there was supposed to be a little slip in here that tells you like where you can find more Thunderhead stuff. So we'll see if in these packages that changes. If not, it'll be more of the same. We'll pop this open. Okay, seeing something different here already. Let's see if the little insert slip mentions anything else. So it's definitely mentioning to check out the whole range, which is good because we have everything in this picture we have on the channel, some of which I've gotten from Gale Force, some of which I got from Fortress. And we've got, I don't know if we have that one yet. We have this one, and this looks like the new buildings. Unfortunately, no mention of DRD, which is unfortunate, because I think that was supposed to be part of the agreement with Thunderhead, was to also push his 3D production and files as well. It is what it is. Let's get beyond that, and we'll start checking out what is in the package here. A little ASMR, crinkle, crinkle for you guys. All right. Okay, so taking a peek here. This looks about what we're used to. Small nitpicks right out the gate. We got a few little air bubbles here. Personally, it doesn't bother me. Some people will probably start freaking out because little small things bug them, but for for pre-painted terrain, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's a small thing. It's just from probably the resin pour, the material you're using. I don't know if this is definitely not. If it is resin, it's a flexible resin. It's probably some kind of rubbery stuff, but that's nice. We got that going. But the juicy part here, the more important part, is the building. And as someone who plays Alpha Strike, I am not as worried about the hex bases as I am the actual buildings, because the buildings are what matters for me. For you CBT guys, you classic Battletech grogs, and I say that in the most endearing of ways, the plates will be useful for you. All right. So first of all, I like there's felt here, which I don't know if I've mentioned that before. That is on there. It's rolling off a little bit. A little bit of glue could fix that. No big deal. But yeah, this is hefty. Hefty. I wonder, it's got, it almost feels like you could mash that. I don't want to mess that up. So it might be like a foam inside or expanding foam in there. I don't know. But I really do like the detail level they've gotten, because we do 3D print a lot of Thunderhead's designs in-house. So being able to see something that's made a different process and doesn't have the same print lines and layer lines and stuff is really nice. I do appreciate that it is pre-painted. I like the detail level. It's really basic. There's a few things you could do to this if you wanted to take it to the next level visually, but honestly, on the tabletop, I think this is going to look great. I am infinitely more interested in how cool the minis are versus the terrain. The terrain looks great. It doesn't need to be, you know, shooting out his butt with really cool, sparkly, awesome explosions of detail. It just needs to be cool. That was my best way of trying to be entertaining and say dumb stuff. TLDR though, for me, minis are the primary thing on the table. The terrain is the backdrop, the set dressing. So for me, if the terrain looks good enough, I am happy. I think for the price point, this is good enough and looks great. While there are things you could do and hand paint to make it look better, I'm too lazy to do that, and I think that the average person who's buying this for pre-colored wants good enough. But if you did want to do more, you could easily do that. One of the things that I do like is that all these windows are painted. I know that's a small thing to just be, hey guys, the windows are painted. But imagine that you wanted to paint this yourself. Let's say you 3D printed one, you primed it, you cleaned it. We've got 15 windows here, 15 windows here, that's 30, 10 on each side. That's 50 of these windows you'd have to paint blue. Who wants to do that? So you can get this out of the box, already done, ready to roll. So I think this looks pretty good. Let's see the fitment here on the base. That lines up pretty good. They give decent clearance all the way around. So there we go. Inevitably, some people are going to ask me about scale. So here is a couple of battle mechs from this angle here. And then if we hold it up, so there you go. So this is an awesome, I think that's what, 80, 90 tons. The Atlas is probably going to come up to about here. So what is this? I think probably 3 inches tall, maybe something like that. I don't have a measuring tape, I should, but I don't. So we got that one, and that is the Mega Block. So I'm digging that. It's pretty cool. Let's get into the Tri-Towers, which I think is going to be just kind of similar to some of the other stuff. I got all these are going to match visually pretty well with the other terrain pieces in the set. I don't have any here with me on hand to compare to, but to the naked eye here, this looks just like the stuff that I've already got at the house from the set. Okay, so it's saying it's got 2 paint schemes, 2 buildings. So technically, if you bought 2 of these boxes, I feel like, well, yeah, obviously you'd have 2 and 2, but I feel like that might be a nice double up here, given that you get 1 and 1. And if you wanted to have some duplicates on the table, not going to be too samey. All right. And I apologize if you guys hear that now. Every time I decide I'm going to do some filming, something happens, Murphy's Law, and the bottom decided to fall out with the rain. So we've got another one of these inserts now, which again is new to the packaging here, showing off the new stuff and the hills, which I think we have that one. I don't know if we've got that long one there. I don't know if we have the Atlian Steeps too. I'll have to check. Unless it's not out yet. Might be out yet. Or might be coming, I don't know. And then everything here we've already got. Though I thought there were some new roads coming. I don't know if those are out yet. I saw some, I feel like I kind of thought I saw some new roads. But those were really nice too. So we got our base plates to pull out here. And our buildings. So let's hold true to our previous stuff, and we'll do the base plates first. And much like the other ones, basically more of the same. Got a little flex to them. I feel like the quality on these is a little bit better than the previous ones, or at least the level finish at the bottom. I don't have any here on hand because they're all at home in my terrain box to compare to. So I'm just going off memory, but I feel like these are a little bit more level. And that's nice if they've been dialing in their quality control. So this one, really neat looking building, a little bit taller than this one. Actually, I just noticed this one. Got a little errant paint come off there. Not an end of the world, but looks like it might have been some tape or something peeled that off. I just happened to see that when I'd rotate around. Anyway, this one looks about 3 inches-ish. I think this one's probably approximately 4. Really neat looking neat looking windows, neat looking building. And same thing I was mentioning on that one. This has got 6 windows on each side. If you were to try and paint this yourself, if you printed one, you'd paint 18 windows. And I mean, you might have time for that. I ain't got time for that. I want to spend more time gaming and painting detail minis than I do painting buildings. So I think this product's going to scratch that itch for customers. And last but not least, the second of the two, which should be the reverse. So this one's like that tan and gray. This should be gray and tan. Little ASMR bubble wrap for you. You guys ever play with this when you were a kid? You know, you ever take the little like, you twirl it and you did that? That was the coolest thing in the 90s. I don't know why. Christmas time you do that. Now we have supercomputers in our pockets, right? Anyway, so obviously as I was mentioning, it's got the inverse of the colors, and there you go. Give you guys a visual of the height. So there we go. And an awesome for height purposes, which looks like it's about twice as tall. So I think that's approximately about 4 inches. So there we go. I'm digging those so far. I really do think currently buying a double set of that's probably going to be the way to go if you're not trying to match a specific table or something. I think that's going to be really nice. And I saved the binary towers for last because visually, straight out the gate, it was my favorite of the 3, just visually speaking. It looked really, really cool. I like the asymmetry, short to tall. And this has magnets? Do these other ones have magnets? Interesting. This one says it comes with magnets. I also feel like I should have known the MSRP on these, and I do not. I was ill prepared, but just got back from Adepticon, and first video in a while, and did not have that info on hand. I wonder if, I'm sure this is going to have slips in here. I wonder if it's got prices on them. No. Okay. But same insert as the others. And here are our rare earth magnets. So this one's going to require a little bit of assembly, it appears. All right. So this should be our base plates. So let's go ahead and pop that open. Okay. Boop, boop. And we've got our towers here, which look like they're going to be very similar to those. We'll see. Again, opening up our little stuffs. And actually, this almost looks identical. I think it is. That is the same. Absolutely identical. So maybe you don't buy 2 of that because you're going to have a duplicate of this one anyway. Okay. Sits on that pretty well. Cool. And you guys already saw the height comparison with these two. So they're the same exact height. So you're awesome here. Same thing I had previously shown. And the taller of the 2 towers. This isn't Lord of the Rings. This is Battletech. That's not a very good joke, but I'm sure anyone watching this is probably a Lord of the Rings fan, right? Okay, so this looks like basically a double height version of this, or not double, maybe an extra level, so probably 4 inches, probably 5 inches, something like that. This might be close to 6, but I really think that's probably about 5, without a measuring tape here. So first glance, one of the things I don't like, and it's a slight nitpick, but okay, so this package comes 2 gray and tan, right? And then if you were to get, that is the binary towers. And if you were to have picked up the tri-towers as well, you're going to get the tan and gray and the gray and tan. But if you get both the binary and the tri, you're going to get two of this, one of this one, which is the same color, and then only one of this one. Only one of this one, right? So I almost feel like the box should have been two of the tan and gray, and then this one gives you the, whoops, the gray on tan, and then on your tabletop, when you put them all together, visually, you get more variety, if this makes sense. So looking at everything we've got here on the table, let's go ahead and see if I can dislodge this camera a little bit, and I'll bring it down because it'll be a little easier. Let me just completely unhook camera here. I'm sorry. All right, so looking at what we've got here, so we've got kind of gray building, right? Gray tower, gray tower, gray tower, and then the one odd man out, the tan tower. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gray, 1 tan. And if you were to duplicate or double up on the tri-tower, then you would have 5 gray, 2 tan. So like I feel like this one should have been 2 tan, then we'd have 2 tan and 3 gray, which would give us a little bit more visual variety on the table. It's a slight nitpick, but that's kind of where I'm at. With just a slight nitpick for an opinion. And bring us back around here to finalize everything. I'm looking, okay, so the slight difference in these two is that this one does have this hole cut out for the magnet. So that is one slight difference. But it brings us back around to checking out the little sky bridge parts. And it looks like they give us 2 bridges. So you can have a short one or a long one. And the short one, let's just socket that in there. No magnet here. I did not seat the magnets. Does not give you a whole lot of a gap. That's fine though. But I feel like the long one is going to give you more play area, right? So it's more generous with being able to put models underneath, which I think should have, yep, no problem. That awesome fits under there, no problemo. I think, who uses problemo? People from the 90s who grew up with the bubble wrap pop. Whereas this one, yeah, so he can't quite fit. He can maybe go in sideways. Yeah, barely, but he's not coming through this way, which the orientation of the partial hex here would have him coming through that direction. So he can't actually fit. Not a big deal, but I think this piece is probably going to be a little bit better. Actually, I guess we have these things that socket. Oh, okay, I see. This is so if you don't want to use these. Okay, so we could take this gizmo here, and that would go right in there. Okay, so it gives you a little versatility. Okay, I do like that. So that allows you a slight bit of customization with your 2 buildings so that you can have the bridges or not the bridges. What I think would have been a little cooler, a smidge cooler, is if this was present on all 3 sides maybe. It's a little tedious with all the parts, but hear me out. If that was on all 3 sides, then you might have a reason to buy 2 of this, where you might have a long bridge connecting like this, right? And then maybe a short bridge connecting another tower. And then if this had all 3, you could have like, this one to that one, this one to this one, and then this to another piece. So you could kind of connect them, which would be really, really neat, I think. Would have also made these a little bit more versatile as well. Even if they didn't come with bridges, if they came with the little magnetizable piece, then you could kind of be encouraged to upgrade to this and then connect them. So it's a very small thing, but I think that would have been pretty cool too. That would have also simplified some of the design or production, because these 2 are identical minus this little part. So then they would have only had to have made 1. Actually, and this was the same 2, just different colors. So then they literally could have just made 1, and then 1 pack comes with these and no bridges. The other pack comes with this and some bridges and stuff. It's a small thing. I think that would have just given for some more customization options for connecting the set. But all in all, I think that is still pretty cool. I think I would probably use that with the little sky bridge there. every game. I can't see why I would not want to do that. I think that adds for a nice variance on the table, and it's visually really interesting. That said, that's going to be our binary tower that we just checked out, our tri-towers that we just checked out, and our mega block right here. I don't know what the price point is on these without looking on my phone, so give me a moment and I'll take a quick peek. All right, so we are back from the quick cut for you guys. That was going to be speedy. For me, it took just a moment here. But it looks like our mega block here is coming in at 30, not bad. The tri-tower, so these two right here, is coming in at 35. And this is 35 as well. So actually this, I think, is the best value. It is the same price as these two, but you get a taller building and pieces. So there you go for that. And then the thing that was not in this box was the Atlian steps or steeps, which is 40 bucks, not bad. And then it does look like there was a highway intersection set that came out. I'll bring this up on my phone real quick because I'm not on my computer. But I think this was the set I was thinking of that I don't think I have. So I'll have to take a peek, but I know that I have the highways. I don't think I have the intersections. So that might be something that I missed when I picked up stuff from Thunderhead. So I may have to go back and pick up a few things. And I know this one wasn't sent in the shipment, not the end of the world, but I might have to pick that up too. I'll see if I might be able to secure that one from Fortress Minis and Games and this one from him as well. So that said, yeah, 30 bucks this is coming in at the price of a Force Pack for Battletech, Alpha Strike or Classic. So yeah, you know, you're competing with minis, but if you have a bunch of minis, this isn't bad. You might be able to get the uncolored version of this and FDM for a little bit cheaper, but honestly, like, the thing that I look at with this stuff is time. How much is your time worth? If buying this pre-painted, pre-cleaned, pre-assembled everything saves you a couple hours of time, you don't have to buy primer, you don't have to paint it. If that saves you time, what's your time worth to you? So for me, if it was going to take me a good chunk of my afternoon to paint 5 buildings here in the bridges, is the price of this worth my afternoon? And for me, if I have a little extra money, the price of the pre-colored is worth it, because then I have more time for gaming or the things I want as an adult. I do adulting, I have a social life, and sometimes it's hard to balance that with my hobbies, and I want to spend more of my time painting these and less time painting these. So I think that is where this comes into play and is a really good product. If the price tag on this is a little high for you, I encourage you to check out Thunderhead Studios' STL offerings and check out some of what he has to offer if you have an FDM printer, and if not, check out Deathor Designs. We print his designs, anything that is currently not produced by Gale Force 9. We have the license to produce the physicals, and those might be a little bit cheaper if you are on a budget, or if you just want to do the hobbying yourself. In closing, I do think the price is good. Thank you, Gale Force, for sending this to me. And if you want to use this as a staging point to do some extra detail work on it, you absolutely could. There's some things you could do to bring these up to a display quality if you wanted. But for me, I'm going to spend more time on my minis, less time on terrain. This is just the backdrop for the cool stompy robots, and I think that is good. And there you have it, guys. That is my breakdown, unboxing / review, my honest thoughts right off the cuff of the new HexTech Wave 2 stuff from Thunderhead Studios, produced by Gale Force 9. We've got the binary towers, we've got the mega block, we've got the tri-towers. As a quick recap, I think I covered most of this, but now that my face is forward, just going over it again, I think the price is there for the value. What is your time worth versus your hobby time? I think that is a part for the equation. I think the quality looks pretty good. A little bit bummed there's no Deathor Designs mentioned in there, because we have the licensing to produce Thunderhead Studios physicals for anything they aren't producing, so that's a slight irritant. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. As my final critique of the set, I do really think that for efficiency's sake, this tri-building here that came in the binary towers, I really think that they should have just had 2 or 3 of the sides with the magnet and the seating plates right here. I think that should have just been the standard for this particular building. It would have simplified the production in that the tri-towers, where you got 2, I was stuck there, where you got 2 of these, it could have been the same. Same thing, just different paint job, which is exactly what it is. The difference is the one in the binary towers has a slot for a magnet and plate to slot in. That said, one might argue, well, the magnet and the plate make it cost more money. If I saw correctly on the website, this is $35 and this is $35. This one has a taller building in it, and it's got 2 bridges, and it's got magnets, and it's the same price. So I don't think there's much of an excuse to deter away from that recommendation. It is a small one, but I do think that would have given more versatility to the line in general, because you could have bought a variety of these and then connected them or not connected them and made these really cool sprawling cityscapes. And now you would have to buy this multiple times, and you're very limited on your connection points, in that you'd only be able to do like a kind of a line connecting them, versus like maybe I want all three connected to make like a tri setup. This is, you know, the tri towers. Maybe I got 3 of them, it would create like a triangle connecting all of them. That was something that could have been done. It's a small little recommendation that I think would have helped, and then in the end made the production a little faster as well. It also would have been cool if there were some points on these that had some mount points, but I understand why that might not, because it's not as simple. But that's coming from someone who worked for Death Ray Designs, and we have a lot of modular terrain, and I'm used to things being connectable and customizable. So that said, I do want to say one more time, thank you to Gale Force 9 for sending me this stuff to check out. I did not pay for this. They sent this out of the kindness of their heart, and for Chris continuing to keep me in their good graces to produce some content using their videos. Hopefully I'll have this in some Alpha Strike content in the near future, maybe some more Classic, but I suck at Classic, and I need someone here to coach me constantly, so I would not hold my breath on that one anytime soon, but Alpha Strike hopefully in the near future. That said, that's all I've got for you today, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. As always, keep painting your models, keep rolling your dice, and I will catch you guys next time. If you've made it this far, you're probably a viewer that already hits that like button when you see a video come up. You're probably already a subscriber, and you probably jump into the comments down below to help support the channel, to help support that algorithm. But if you're looking for some other ways to help support the channel too, make sure you check the description down below. Maybe you want to pick up some paints from Monument Hobbies. That's my paint of choice. The Pro Acrylic line is chef's kiss, good stuff. Maybe you want to check out some of the offerings from Death Ray Designs, where I work in my day job. We got plenty of 3D printed products, as well as MDF terrain, some of the stuff that I have designed myself and we play with here on the channel. And if you're looking to bolster your Battletech ranks, miniatures, and offerings, make sure you check out Bobby from Fortress Miniatures and Games. He's one of the main supporters of the channel as well, and supporting any of these companies helps support what I do and helps to ensure that I can continue to bring content to all of you. If you want to become a super supporter, I highly recommend you guys check out the Patreon. You guys give that extra little edge to help push more content out, and I really do appreciate that. And my ultimate goal on the channel is to continue to be able to not only put out the content we have now, but to get to a point where you can put out more content later, whether that be battle reports or painting tutorials or just more rambles, anything at all. I'd like to be doing more content for you. This is something that I enjoy. I like being able to cast a light into the darkness to bring a little bit of hobby positivity to all of you and make you feel good, and also enjoy playing games myself. As we do the final sign off here though, I do want to go ahead and switch on over and do the scroll of awesome to showcase all the Patreon supporters, the super supporters of the channel, to give them some recognition for helping support what I do. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time.